Hi friends! Welcome back to my channel. This is ESO Tarot, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to see who is coming into your life, or maybe for some of you, coming back into your life, and what are they bringing? Is it friendship? Is it love? Is it some bullshit? We're gonna have to see. So we have 4 piles to choose from today. We have pile 1 with the Modern Love Tarot and this piece of Black Moonstone. We have pile 2 with the Prism Tarot and this piece of Flower Agate. We have pile 3 with the Weaver Tarot and this Bloodstone Worry Stone, or Palm Stone I think it's called. And finally we have pile 4 with the Queen Alice Tarot and this Peach Moonstone. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It's absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. I assume that you're not going to have one person coming into your life for the rest of your life. So if you feel called to this reading well after I uploaded it, or you feel drawn to multiple piles, feel free to look at them. It might be talking about different people. For some of you new, some of you old. It's just going to depend who you are, and because it's a general reading, take what resonates and throw the rest in the dumpster. But once you picked your pile or piles, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box below or the comment section, where I will have each of the piles listed and their timestamps. And once you have picked, we will get into your reading. Hi there, pile 1. If you guys chose this Black Moonstone and the Modern Love Tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is coming into your life. Like I said, this is not necessarily romantic, though I will say it is interesting you picked the Modern Love Tarot. But we are just going to be seeing who this person is first with these oracles, and then we'll see what they're actually bringing you in the tarot cards, and we'll finish off with advice. And if you're interested, the extended will be looking at how you are going to meet them, or if you already know them, how they're going to re-enter your life, and also further advice. So let's go ahead and start. So to start, we have the Vision, we have Service. I'm going to take this one first. It'll come out at least. We have Party Leader. We also have the Butterfly, the Elephant, and the Bat. Also have Higher Perspective and Trust. I think I'm going to push these up here. And finally, we have Walking Away and All Tied Up. Okay, so to start, I will say that for some of you, this could be somebody you already know. And I know that I'm immediately going back on what I was saying earlier, where it's like, you might know them, you might not, it's up to you. But if you do know them, they are not coming in as the same person you knew them as. And if they are new, you're getting a brand new version of them that a lot of people in their life either have not seen yet or might be a little surprised by. So to start with the Vision here, I do feel like this person will have some type of psychic ability, whether they're aware of it or not. I do feel like for a lot of you, this person might you might actually see them in your dreams before they actually show up in your life. You could take this very literally. They might just be kind of hot. I don't necessarily think temperature-wise. I mean, they might just be a vision, you know, they might just be very attractive. But for others, I got this interesting message that you and this person will bond over some kind of shared nostalgic childhood interest. This could be like a TV show, a band, something like that. But I picked these 3 animal cards, and this one is supposed to represent kind of the face they show everybody. This card represents who they'll be to you, and this card represents their core self. So the fact that they're being portrayed as the butterfly to everyone goes to show that this person really has gone through some type of transformation. They are not the same person that you knew them as if you did know them, and they're definitely not the same person to people who knew them in their personal life before you met them. It seems like this person has gained a lot of maturity. For some, I heard respect. But what I'm seeing here is that they could have had like a physical glow up as well. Maybe they got a new wardrobe, maybe they have been on their like a fitness routine, something like that. If you know this person, they're going to be unrecognizable, either in a physical way or in their mannerisms and how they act. It's almost like they'll be a completely different person. We do have air and fire signs here, so this person could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. They don't have to though, but they are exuding those energies. But what I really like is that the middle guy right here is representing how they're going to act towards you. And the elephant is actually the most evolved fire card in this deck, which I really like. So I do feel like this is going to be somebody who's very patient with you. They could have a lot of good advice for you. I really do like that there is this gem around the third eye, because I really do feel like this person could help with your psychic abilities. They could really help with your spiritual development. I do feel like this person will have some type of spiritual nature to them. They don't they don't have to name it as that. Like, they might not see themselves as spiritual, but they might have some type of practice. Like, maybe they are very regimented when it comes to exercising, or they have like a journaling routine or something like that. It just seems like they have learned certain techniques when it comes to like how they deal with themselves and how they deal with difficult things in their life. I feel like they're gonna be very helpful towards you, not only because we have this service card here, but also because elephants are known for kind of breaking barriers and breaking past obstacles. I feel like this is going to be somebody very patient and very kind with you, and I think that they're going to have a lot of passion towards you. I'm hearing this song, Ride or Die. I can't remember who it's by. It's by like Cash something, and then it's featured. The featured singer on it is a girl named Phoebe. I'll have to look at it and like put it in the comments or something, but that was like playing in my head as I was shuffling. I also, side note, as I was about to start your pile, I spilled my iced coffee everywhere. And I was just like, wow, I never learned from my mistakes. I could have completely avoided this. And this person is not like that. It seems that they do learn from their mistakes. And actually, with this back card being here, it's like they're having a rebirth of some kind. This person seems to be getting out of their head a little bit better and starting to truly understand why they've gone through the things that they have. And I think that the biggest reason why they are so enlightened is that they walked away from something that they were trapped in. This could have been a relationship, this could have been a job, this could have been a place that they were living. For some of you, I almost got the vibe like maybe they left for a little while to like go abroad or live somewhere else, and maybe they're coming back. So for some of you, this could be like somebody coming back to a place that you both shared together, or they could be moving somewhere new. But I definitely feel like this person could also be an artist of some kind, or just be very creative. It kind of seems like they have a very overactive third eye, and I think it's very likely that they, if they're not creative by like a profession, it is something they do in their spare time, whether that's writing, poetry, art, digital art, animation for some of you. Like I get the vibe that like cartoons might be significant here for some of you, and that might be the nostalgic thing that you bond over. But I feel like this person is in an energy of being very empowered because they're learning how to walk away from the things that no longer serve them. And I think what's really cool here is that they're coming in with this very enlightened perspective. Like, this is not somebody who is going to project their insecurities onto you. This is not somebody who is going to play into petty drama or play games, and what I love here is that we have trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So I feel like this person is going to be listening to their own inner guidance, they do seem to have a more masculine energy. It doesn't matter what their gender is. It's just the fact that we have air and fire here. Those are considered the masculine elements. So it does seem like this person maybe is not afraid to take up the spotlight with this party leader. It does seem like they kind of have this energy where they're happy to be the center of attention. And I almost kind of notice how we have these like little red dots here, and we have that with the elephant. So maybe you'll meet them at a party, or maybe you'll both be invited to a party or something like that. This person could have a following of some kind. I'm hearing not like a huge one. I mean, I guess they could, but for some of you, I even heard like political parties. So that's kind of interesting, because this person doesn't really give me a political vibe. Maybe they come from like a political family or something like that for some of you. But like I said, take what resonates there. But yeah, if they're coming back in, they're definitely a lot more enlightened than they once were. And the things that held them back are no longer holding them back, if that makes sense. That should make sense. That was incredibly straightforward. I don't know why I'm asking that. But I do think here Spirit is really saying that this is somebody you can trust. But I don't want to say that for all of you as like a 100%. But the comforting thing is that Spirit is really saying that you will know intuitively whether you can trust them or not. And I think that just kind of the vibe that I'm getting of the viewer, so you, hi, they're going to feel like they can really trust you. And I think one thing that Spirit is really highlighting to me is that this person is going to be very selfless when it comes to how they treat you and what they do for you. Like for some of you, this is going to be the type of person that maybe like buys you little gifts just because. Like they could be at the grocery store and see your favorite flower or something and be like, oh, I'm gonna get that for them. Or you know, their like favorite crystal or something like that. So this does seem like somebody who is very conscientious. They actually listen. It was one thing that Spirit wanted me to say. Like they actually listen to what you're saying, and they value your input as well. But I think one important thing here is that they're not swayed easily from their own opinions. Like they'll value what you have to say, and they may not necessarily be the type of person to disagree or cause arguments, but they're not a yes man is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But they are still very selfless, but they're not the type of person who is like a people pleaser, which is interesting. And maybe they were in the past, and that's kind of what they've been walking away from. Like, you know, maybe they've been really tied up in relationships in the past where they were very selfless and very giving, and you know, maybe they were with people that just could take and take and take. For others, I think maybe this person could be a caregiver, or they could just be like in the service industry in some way, or it could be in like an industry where they have to be very selfless, or they're just like used to taking care of people, like hospitality. I was thinking service industry, and I'm like, that's like retail and like waitressing and stuff, which they could be doing that. But I was also thinking of like hospitality and stuff like that. For some of you, maybe even like a hairdresser or something like that. But I do think that they might have a very like, one thing that I'm hearing is that they might have a very distinct laugh, or when they get around certain people, it's like their energy goes up like 20 notches, which maybe for you, that could be the case, because we do have fire here. So I think they'll be very passionate about you, whether this is a friend or somebody that becomes more. I do feel like this is somebody who's going to really care about you and really want the best for you. And honestly, I like their vibe. Overall, I like their vibe. They seem very mature, and they seem like the type of person who has learned from their mistakes, unlike me. Shout out to my dead iced coffee. And I think also they're gonna shed light on places in your life where you may feel trapped, and they're gonna show you how you may not actually be that trapped. They have a very valuable mindset, and with this back card being here, I feel like they're releasing things that no longer serve them and healing from a lot of things that maybe held them back in the past or caused them to be in a place of pain in the past. And I feel like that's good, because, you know, they're healing that. So they're not going to bring that to your connection, no matter what type of connection it is. So let's go ahead and see what they are bringing you, because this person seems to be pretty cool and maybe pretty attractive. So like I said, you guys picked the Modern Love Tarot. I do believe this deck is available on Amazon, even though it is an indie deck. So if you are interested, you are supporting an indie creator. I'll definitely be interested to know if this is somebody that you guys already do know, because Spirit's really telling me they're going to be very different. They're going to be blossomed in a way that they were not before. And the vibe that I get for a lot of you is that maybe it's in both attitude and physicality. But for some of you, it's one or the other. Give it one more good shuffle before we get into it. Okay. So, Spirit, person coming into pile one's life, what are they bringing? Whoa, okay, that flew. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles here. We have the World in reverse. For some of you, I'm getting this vibe like this person could be, oh wait, I just lost it. If I get it back, I'll remember it. Whoopsies. Okay. Wow. Okay. Back of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands upright. Spirit, can we clarify all of these, please? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords here. Okay, clarifying the World, we have the 8 and 9 of Cups here. Okay. We have the 3 of Wands upright with Justice in reverse. How about the Emperor? Okay, we have the Empress in reverse. All right, and on the back of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so what is this person bringing you? Pile one. Well, I think they're bringing you something quite interesting. The fact that we start over here with this Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, I definitely feel like when this person comes in, I keep hearing unfinished business. Oh, I got it. For some of you, this person could be Hindu or practice, or maybe like they could have rediscovered, like for some reason Hinduism seems to be coming in pretty strongly for some of you. Obviously that won't be for all of you, but they could be from India, or Hinduism could be a big part of their faith, or their culture, or they could be just like a lot more open to it. Anyway, it definitely seems like they have an enlightened perspective on their past. Whether you know them or not, it definitely seems like they were somebody who was very easily swayed by others in the past. And I think that's because they didn't know, I'm hearing from Spirit, they didn't know where they wanted to set down roots. They could have had a slightly immature outlook, but what I'm seeing here is that this person really didn't know what they wanted out of life. I also think they could have had a very intense family, and as a result, they didn't know how to listen to their own inner voice because they were very focused on what the people around them thought. But with the World card here, Justice in reverse and the Emperor in reverse, I will say for some of you, this definitely feels like a new beginning in love of some kind. I mean, the fact that we have the Emperor in reverse being clarified by the Empress in reverse, I think that's pretty significant, because it almost feels like unfinished business. But for some of you, this is definitely somebody new. but it's almost like you're a key to closing out a cycle and starting fresh for them. And I almost feel like they're going to be very open. If you knew them in the past, they're going to be a lot more open than they once were. For some of you, this person could have been kind of controlling in the past, is the vibe that I'm getting. And they won't be like that this time. It's like they've kind of learned that they don't need to hold on to some type of mask here. I mean, it definitely seems like they've grown a lot, and they want to spark something new with you. And for some of you, it is just friendship. Like, they may not be ready for anything deeper. You may not be into them that way. But it seems like they really value you as a person. And if you don't know them yet, when they meet you, they'll know very quickly on that you are somebody worth having in their life. They're kind of going through something karmically that Spirit is showing me, where things in their life have been really unbalanced, and they might have created that for some of you. But I think what they are learning is that the things that they thought made them happy were not what actually made them happy. I think that they felt satisfaction by making everyone around them happy. But I think after a while of being in these situations where they're just satisfying other people, they realized, oh, this actually doesn't really satisfy me. And they're coming in to close out a cycle of some kind. And maybe for some of you, if you knew this person, restore balance. What I'm really seeing here with the World in reverse, clarified by the 8 and 9 of Cups, is that they really did not prioritize their own well-being. And there's something that they haven't moved on from, where you will kind of be a mechanism to either help them move on from it, or they're coming back in to either make amends, or I don't even want to say make amends, like be honest is kind of like what I'm hearing. But for some of you, like I said, you won't know this person, so it's kind of like Spirit is bringing you into each other's lives to show you where you've grown, if that makes sense. I feel like maybe both of you have self-confidence issues that you both have been healing, and I think that will be your dynamic is going to be really refreshing from the perspective that you guys will really see each other as equals. But the biggest thing they're bringing you is the opportunity to broaden your perspective. And what's really interesting here is that we don't necessarily have a lot of feeling cards. So I don't know if for all of you this is going to be a love situation. I almost feel like for some of you it could be a friends of benefits situation. But I almost think it's something that's going to grow over time, and Spirit's kind of being a bit cryptic. This person also, I guess that bird has thoughts, so thank you for chiming in, sir. Amsterdam could be significant for some of you for some reason. This person could come in with opportunities to travel. I do feel like they're going to be very communicative with you, like once the lines of communication are open with this Queen of Swords here. Like, they're definitely going to want to talk to you a lot. But I think one thing that Spirit is noting to me is that this situation is out of yours and their control. But they want you to know that this person is not going to be playing games, which I really like with this Emperor in reverse. This person definitely has been humbled in some way or another, where they really are just coming from a place of authenticity. Like, they don't want to be anything other than who they are. And I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles here, they're a lot more grounded than they once were. And it's this grounding that they've experienced that's allowing them to have this higher perspective and this more mature perspective. And I think that they're coming in either for a fresh start or a beautiful beginning. Either this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. For some of you, I feel like with the Page and the Queen being here, it's possible that this person, you and this person could start some type of business together. They could be like a childhood friend. And I hate when Spirit wants me to talk about this, because then I get people in my comments like, no. But for some of you, if you want it and the situation evolves into that, this could be somebody that you maybe start a family with, or maybe have a beautiful dog or cat or plant with, some type of animal. But I think overall what they're coming in for is some type of passionate beginning, whether it's as business partners, as romantic partners, or friends. That friendship could lead to more. But I really think that this is going to be an opportunity for not only you, but this person as well to... I just heard set the record straight, but I feel like that's not for all of you. Instead of setting the record straight, it's like finding balance in a place in your life where neither you or this person has been able to get it right, is what I'm hearing. Like, it seems like you keep going through different trials with different people, and it's getting a little old, is what I'm hearing. Let's talk about signs for a second, because we do have quite a few in here. With the World card, we have all the fixed signs, so that would be Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus. We have the Justice card here, so that would be Libra, and we have Aries with the Emperor. And with the both queens here, we have Earth and Air, so we have a lot of different signs here, but I would say especially Air, because we had a lot of air in the beginning. But yeah, I feel like this person isn't the type of person to be very forthcoming with their emotions. I don't really think that this is somebody who is very comfortable with expressing those sorts of things, but I feel like the more you and this person get to know each other and are just open with each other, it might open up the possibilities for this person to be honest about their emotions. And I think that's actually one of the cool things about this connection coming in, is that it's going to give you the freedom to just feel like you're safe with this person. Like, this person has a safe and mature energy. And if you've never experienced this before, you might be, like, one thing I'm hearing from Spirit is that you might be, like, slightly unsettled by this person, because you're just gonna be like, what's wrong with them? Like, why are they so honest and open? Like, you're just gonna be like, wait, you're like, you might be waiting for a swift kick in the gut that doesn't come. And so I think that Spirit is saying, you know, if you haven't met this person before, if you don't know who this is, don't be alarmed by their energy. Like, they're saying that you can really trust this person. And if you don't think you can trust them, I would listen to that. That would be a gut feeling, but Spirit wants you to be open. I do feel like for the majority of you, this is going to be somebody pretty trustworthy. And I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, they are going to be pretty nurturing and honest. Like, even if they are a more masculine type person, it's like they're going to be pretty protective of you. They're going to be willing to defend you. I heard defend your honor even. And I think for some of you, this could be like a travel buddy, and you guys could go on some really fun adventures. I just heard gondola as well. So I don't know, maybe y'all will head up Venice, or maybe you'll meet in Venice or something. Okay, we're going to get some advice from Spirit first, and just kind of see what Spirit wants you to know about this person, and just, you know, what you should do when this person comes in. So, Spirit, what advice do you have for pile one? What do you want pile one to know this time? Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. So, yeah, maybe this person will help you be more upfront and honest about, like, just what you're thinking and what you're feeling, you know? Maybe this person will help you get into your Queen of Swords energy, where you're unafraid to express yourself. We also have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It is happening. So I think Spirit is saying with this card, For some, this could have nothing to do with this person. It could just be about making your environment, like your home environment, more you is what I'm hearing. Maybe you might want to go like thrifting or go to like antique stores or something like that. There's something here about like finding more for less. So like maybe that is hitting up Facebook Marketplace or like places where you can find like discount furniture or discount art. I think for some of you there's an energy here about like decluttering, like making room for this person to come in, especially if this is something to do with love. It's like you might need to be unafraid to make room for this person, or like get rid of things that are no longer serving you. Like I heard old energy, so there might be some things just in your house or in your space you might be ready to get rid of. Okay, we also have Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? I could have said that wrong. If I did, I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe for some of you, you might meet this person traveling. We're going to check that out in the extended. But this journey could also talk about like an inner journey. Maybe there's some things like, you know, with that vision card, maybe by going through this inner journey, discovering more about yourself, it could bring you in energetic alignment with this person. But we also have transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So I definitely think that you're going through a transformation as well. So maybe if it sounded like I was talking about you, you and this person could be mirroring each other. You could have very similar energies going on, but it definitely seems like Spirit wants you to focus on your own healing because you can't control this situation anyway. But on the back of the deck, we have Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. And we are also going to get some animal cards now and see what else, what other advice Spirit has. But yeah, Spirit definitely doesn't want you to be afraid of this. It kind of seems like it's not something you can mess up. Okay, I just realized there's another Work Your Light card here, and it says trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So Spirit is definitely saying like follow your own internal guidance. It will not lead you astray. Like keep going, keep moving forward. Toyota. Maybe some of you drive a Toyota or something like that. But what other advice do you have, Spirit? What other advice do you have for pile 1? Let's see, we have the Fox, shadow work. There are no shadows without light. I find it interesting that this is coming out of the Queen of Swords. So maybe there's something about speaking your truth or expressing yourself that needs to be healed before this person can come in. Because truthfully, I don't like giving people like timing and stuff like that. I think timing is bullshit. I think it just happens when it is meant to happen. Like divine timing isn't plotted on a calendar. It's created by your actions in the present. So I think Spirit wants you maybe to focus on your throat chakra for some of you, and for others to focus on the things that maybe you're afraid of shedding light on. Like maybe it's time to look at those. We also have Panther, protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. So yeah, maybe there's people that you're ready to walk away from. So maybe this is really mutual, especially if this is somebody new. Like you guys are going to come into each other's lives and like be freaked out at how many parallels there are between the two of you. Let's see, what else, Spirit? What other advice do you have? We also have Cat, speak your truth. Have strength, faith, and conviction in your voice. It has never been more needed. So yeah, there's a lot about speaking your truth here. So if this is somebody that you know, you may need to be honest with them or make the first move. We'll look at that in the extended. I feel like as long as you trust your own internal guidance, you really can't go astray. But on the back of the deck, we have stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat in your story. It is time to step up. And I like that it says that right as we have leap. So for some of you, you might meet this person when you move somewhere or something like that. I feel like there's a deeper message here to really trust where your path is taking you, because that is like how this person is going to come in or come back in. We're going to look at the specifics of that in the extended, and we're also going to get some more advice and just see what spirit wants you to know. But if you are leaving me here, this is where I am going to leave the free reading. So thank you guys so much for watching all the way through, and thank you so much to everybody who watches my ads. That just supports me. This is the easiest and simplest way to support me, and I am just so grateful for that. I'm so sorry if you get ads about like finding your soulmate or some shit. That stuff is not real. Like, don't click on it. Don't give them any time. I'm trying to figure out how to block that. But if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like. If you haven't already and you would like to, I would love it if you subscribed and clicked that little notification bell. Also, if you already subscribed, I would check and make sure you still are. YouTube has been unsubscribing people. Definitely comment down below. Let me know, like, do you know this person? Is this someone completely new? I will be interested to hear the tea. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave this here, pile one. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile two. If you guys chose the Prism Tarot and this flower agate, this is going to be your reading on who is coming into your life. So we are going to use the tarot to look at what this person is bringing you, but we're going to use these oracles first to see who this person is and get an idea of their energy. So to start, we have the Shaman. We have the Hold. You can't find your goodness because you lost your heart. We have the Fire Ant. We have the Panther. And we have the Fish. We also have Death. Service. I feel good when I can help others. The Angel of Balance. And Caring Connections. Okay, so right off the bat, y'all might be kind of like, I don't know if I want this person coming in. And I get why, but hear me out, especially because we haven't seen what they're bringing yet. But I will admit that their energy is kind of interesting. And I know I say everything's interesting all the time, so I need to find other adjectives, I'm aware. But this person is definitely somebody who I would say is misunderstood. It definitely seems like the biggest thing that I'm getting so far is that their upbringing was not easy. They have a huge protective barrier around them. And with the Shaman here, I feel like this is definitely somebody who has psychic abilities, or for some this really seems like an unempowered empath. You can look into that if you're more interested in knowing what that's all about, but this definitely seems like somebody pre-spiritual awakening or pre-self-discovery, because what I can see here is that this person is in a lot of pain. And I don't necessarily know if this is somebody that's a romantic interest. It certainly could be, but I almost feel like for some of you, this person is coming into your life in a way that's almost unavoidable. We'll look into that deeper, but like for a lot of you, I get this vibe like this might be a coworker or something like that. Or this could be somebody that like grows on you, that becomes a friend or even more. Let's look at these animal cards first, because they really kind of show how this person is. So their persona to everyone is being shown as the Fire Ant. They're the way that they're going to be towards you is shown as the Panther, and their truest self is shown as the Fish. And with the Fire Ant being here, this is definitely somebody who will come off pretty rigid and ironically kind of cold, even though we have a lot of fire here. We do have fire and water here, so Aries, Leo, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and I would say extra Scorpio with the Death card being here. But this is somebody who is actually pretty sensitive, but probably won't want that to be known or made clear. To the outside person, they're going to seem very rigid, and they may even come off as aggressive at times. They may not be aware of how they come off. They may not be aware of their attitude or how people view them. And what's interesting is that with you, they do seem to be like a little bit more intense. But the Panther card talks about purging the unnecessary. And so I do feel like this person is coming in for a pretty good reason, and you may not know why that reason is. And I feel like it's definitely important if you're like, oh God, like I don't want to deal with this person. You might want to watch this, because I almost feel like this person is going to come in a situation that's kind of unavoidable, because they do seem to have some type of purpose in your life. I don't know if that's necessarily romantic, because I do feel like this person probably has a lot of difficulties with being open, being authentic. They're definitely somebody who's wounded, and they definitely had a tough childhood is one thing that I'm hearing. I do feel like they might have a bond with you though. Like for some of you, I definitely am picking up this vibe, like you'll be able to see through that, and you'll kind of see them for who they truly are and not the mask that they like to wear. I do think that this person will have a natural habit of self-sabotaging or pushing people away. It's truthfully, I think, what they're most comfortable doing. It's almost like they like to push people away before, so that nobody can really see who they truly are. Because the thing is that with this fish card here, this is their truest self. And I think that their truest self is really lost. They don't really know who they are. This person kind of has a nomadic energy to them. Like maybe they travel a lot. Maybe they don't stay in one place for very often. I heard expat, so maybe this is somebody who you will meet, like maybe you're both expats or something like that. Obviously, it's not going to be for all of you. It's almost like you're going to meet this person in a kind of unavoidable way. Like maybe they're related to somebody that you're involved with romantically or care about. This could be through family. This could be through really close friends. But this person has really experienced a lot of tragedy in their life. And I don't want, okay, this is hard because like I want to be like, they have good intentions, but like I don't know that. Because I don't even, the way like I'm picking up their energy at the very least, it's like it could really be 50-50. Like, because for some, I'm picking up this vibe, like this person really does want to be liked. They want to be accepted. And because of their painful childhood, their painful past, they haven't really processed or healed it. For some, they're not even old enough to really process why they're like this. For some of you, I'm this is very specific, and you may not even be old enough for this to apply it, but this could be like a stepchild or something like that, or like a foster child for some of you. That, like I said, that's not going to be for all of you. That's super specific. So there you go for those who are. They could have been a foster child though, in a broader term of things. You know, maybe they didn't have anyone in their life that truly showed them that they cared. I almost feel like for others, this person could have grown up in a very rigid household, where they were not allowed to have much freedom, and they're used to very harsh expectations. And yeah, man, they did not have it good growing up, or at the very least they have very low expectations of others. But this person seems to play an interesting role in your life, and I think that comes in with this angel of balance here. And I feel like it's really messed up for me to be like, you're gonna help this person, because like that's not your job. Like you're just living your life. It's not your job to help others. It's not your job to be somebody's therapist or fix them. So I don't want you to feel like, yeah, like you're gonna fix this person, because that's not a thing, that doesn't really exist, and it's not our job to do that. But I do think that this person is going to come in and they're going to teach you a lot of lessons. Which I can feel all of the eye rolling and groaning right now. And I feel like I'm maybe not doing this person justice, because I do feel like there are benefits to them. And for one, I think it's that maybe you'll be one of the first people to be patient enough with them to kind of see the layers underneath this aggressive mask. And for others, you might actually connect. Like, you know, maybe you also had a really tough childhood, or you had a really tough situation similarly, and you might come together because of that. For some of you, this is really specific, but I'm hearing like maybe you'll be in like the military together if you're in the military, which I don't think that's gonna be for all of you. But it does almost kind of seem like a coworker type situation. For some of you, I heard roommate, like college roommate, somebody that you meet, maybe like flatmate, something like that. This person has never had an opportunity to process a lot of their emotions. And for some, this person has witnessed a lot of literal death in their life. So they could have, well, that would make sense, you know, if they're a foster kid or something like that, but doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be. It's just that this person, it seems like they don't know what caring connections actually look like. And you might help model that for them. Maybe just by being patient with them, by not playing into their typical tactics to keep people away. Because I do feel like this person has a very difficult view of life. And for some of you, truthfully, this could be a romantic connection, and maybe that's how you bond. Because with this, the hold, and you can't find your goodness because you lost your heart, I almost wonder for some of you if this person might come in and you and them might have a really unique connection. You might show them what caring looks like. And I feel like hesitant to say that because I don't want you to feel like it's your job to fix somebody. It's not your job to like do any of this to a person, but I feel like this person has to have perks. They have to have benefits to them and really wonderful things to them in order for you to accept them in your life. So we'll have to look at that deeper, but I do feel like with this caring connections card here and this angel of balance, I do feel like this person has good, like beautiful aspects to them and like really genuine caring aspects to them, but you just might have to dig a little bit to see them. But I do feel like this person, like I could see you and this person maybe being in the same job. Like you could both be like social workers, for example. So, you know, they might have this really personal tie to this, but they might treat the people around them not so great because of this experience. I do feel like this person does have a nurturing side to them, but it's very hard to see unless you get really close to them. So that's why I'm thinking maybe this could be a romantic interest if you guys get very close. But it does seem like they do like to help others. They just have a very one-track mind when it comes to how they go about that. And it's like you really have to get to know them. You really have to get close to them in order to see that. But what's interesting here is we also have the number 14 and the number 32. And both of those reduced to 5. And so part of me almost wonders if they'll be able to model your behavior in some way, because I do pick up the vibe that you're going to be a lot more patient and understanding and forgiving with this person. Not because you have to be, but because I think you'll just see through it. You'll see through what they're doing and like why they're doing it. And truthfully, I think this person is really talented in some way. Like they do have really gifted psychic abilities, or they could have natural mediumship abilities. For others, they could be like very gifted with speech, or they could be very good at connecting like with children, making them feel safe, making them feel secure. I do feel like this person has a special connection to children, but like less so adults, where they're not in like a creepy way, but just like maybe they feel like safer being in an environment, like being a teacher, for example, where they're around kids all day rather than adults, because maybe they don't trust people very well. They have a hard time being open. And I think with this fire ant card being here, it's almost like they're not very flexible when it comes to like how they do things. So they might be the type of person who usually likes to work alone, or like I said, be in like a teacher role, for example, where they're in charge, because that might be more comfortable for them. And I mean, to be fair, I had some vicious elementary school teachers where I was just like, why are you teaching children? But I feel like this person, even if they are like a teacher, and they're not going to be mean to children, like they just might be a little difficult to deal with as a coworker, and that's kind of the vibe that they might have for you. But I almost feel like they're gonna bring things to you and show you things that you didn't realize. Like one valuable thing that this person will bring to you is a fresh perspective, because I think if you and this person get close, they're gonna help you take less shit from people. It's almost like they're gonna show you areas where maybe you're less open, or areas where you're not standing your ground or putting your foot down. Because if there's one thing that I think that this person knows how to do, it's how to put their foot down or say what's on their mind. And maybe at first that's like an overwhelming thing for you. Like maybe you're not used to it. Maybe you find that difficult. But maybe this is a necessary experience for you to learn how to stand up to people, or to learn how to put somebody in their place, or see things from a fresh perspective. It's like this person has a really weird way of showing that they care about you. It's like one of those friends where they're like, I'm not your friend or whatever, and then they slowly like warm up to you. You know what I mean? And for some of you, this could be romantic, but it does kind of seem like this person is being divinely guided in your life, and I'm just as curious as you are to see why this person is coming in. So let's go ahead and see with the Prism Tarot. And I know I said in the beginning, like, could it be some bullshit? And like they might be bringing you bullshit, but there might be some there might be silver linings to this bullshit. But I completely understand if you're like, I picked, there's no such thing as a shitty pile, but I can see how you might be like, I picked the shitty pile. But there's a reason why you were drawn to this pile, and there's clearly a reason as to why Spirit's bringing this to you, because I do think that, you know, you might write this person off at first as like just an asshole, and there might be so much more to that, or maybe you're able to see that right away. This person might say a lot of swear words, because I'm feeling pretty comfortable to do that. But with them treating you from like the Panther's perspective, they might be a little like intense around you. Maybe that's because they're triggered by you, and that might not be your fault at all. Like you could just be existing, and they might have like, maybe you're somebody who's very soft and very like tries to have like a good optimistic attitude, and you know, and people like that maybe just don't vibe with it, and like that's not your fault. You shouldn't have to change, like, but we're gonna see. Spirit, what is this person bringing to pile 2? Why is it important that they know about this person? Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords. I feel called to take all of these. Wow, okay. So we have the King of Wands. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. I feel called to pull one more. The 3 of Pentacles in reverse. And on the back of the deck, the Queen of Cups. Okay. So we're getting clarifiers now. All right, we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Emperor. Okay, what way does this want to go? Which way? Okay, I'm gonna say upright. Okay. That's the sevens. What I'm noticing right away is we have a lot of unbalanced energies, and you did have the Angel of Balance in your original card. Okay, so that's interesting. That's the second 3 we have in reverse. And on the back of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands, Resilience. Okay. So, why is this person coming in? Yeah. Okay, for some of you, I will be like completely straight up. This does seem like somebody that's going to be a coworker. Somebody that may work underneath you, that you might be in charge of. Because one thing that I'm seeing here, or they might be your boss. I don't know if they'll be your boss, though. I get less of that vibe. Because so I'm going to say that all the upright cards are going to be showing what this person is teaching you. And the cards that are in reverse are kind of what you're going to be teaching them. Because it does seem like we kind of saw this person is a bit more rigid. It's hard for them to really learn anything. So let's start. With the Knight of Swords versus the Nine of Swords, I do feel like you have more of a softer energy to you. You are the type of person to maybe not speak your mind or kind of just let things go because you don't like conflict. You might be the type of person who's just not very interested in conflict in general. And truthfully, you might be the empath in this situation. Maybe not this person. Because with the Queen of Cups here, this sensitivity, you might have a really big need to be liked. And this need to be liked might overpower your abilities to be in charge, to be a leader. And what's interesting here is that we have this King of Wands clarified by the Emperor. And I think that this person is going to teach you how to stand your ground. And they might not teach you how to stand your ground in a way that's ideal, but it might force you in a way to almost stand up for yourself. And it will also give you a different perspective on why people might be aggressive, why people might be unfair, why people might be difficult to work with. Because with the Five of Cups here, clarified by the Seven of Wands, I think you're going to realize very early on that this person isn't just rotten. They have a defense mechanism for a reason, and that's because they have been hurt a lot. And I think that this person is going to teach you how to stand in your power and be in control. And it might relieve you to know that it doesn't seem like this person is going to be in your life for a really long time. This definitely, now that I've seen these cards, I don't think that they're going to be like a romantic interest or something like that. I do feel like for a lot of you, this could be like, for example, if you're married, this could be the spouse of your spouse's coworker. That's very specific. But like you may be stuck interacting with this person a lot because of your spouses being friends or mutual friends. That's why the caring connections energy comes in. It's almost like you have to deal with this person. For some of you, this could be an in-law, but I don't feel like this person is much older than you, which is interesting. So I don't know if it's necessarily an in-law. I guess it could be if it's a sibling, but the biggest thing that I'm getting is that this person is going to come in an unavoidable way. Like you're not really going to be able to avoid this person. But it's really going to show you a new side of people that maybe you weren't aware of before. And I think what's really important here is this Emperor and King of Wands energy. this person is gonna teach you how to stand your ground, which I actually think is something really important for you. And I think it's gonna help you feel more empowered in your everyday life because you're just not gonna want to take as much shit from people. And you're gonna realize that one, I feel like you don't have trouble having compassion for people. It's definitely gonna test your ability to be compassionate. And actually, the way this person treats you might be out of jealousy. Jealousy of what you have, jealousy of who you're with, jealousy of your background, jealousy of who you are. I do feel like this person has a bit of a victim mentality, and I think that they will not see how your struggles exist, like at all. Like you could be struggling all the time and this person wouldn't know that. And like this person might be the cherry on top of some bullshit. I hate that this is the type of stuff I have to deliver, but like I have to be honest, and I feel like this person is going to teach you how to stand your ground and like what is not worth being upset over, because some people are just difficult and it's not your fault. And I feel like maybe you're the type of person to really internalize things and wonder why it's your fault. In fact, I think in the beginning of this type of relationship, well, I say relationship loosely, like this is more of like an acquaintanceship, if you will, that you might have a lot of fear over at first. And you might work really hard to try to connect with this person because maybe you want everyone to like you. Maybe you want this person to be really open to you. And it seems like you may not be able to change how they are, or change their attitude. But I think you'll realize that it's not worth losing your good energy, your good vibes because of what's going on with them. And I think that this could actually bring, if you have a romantic partner or like friends around you that you're really close to, I think it's going to bring you closer to those people. And I think you're going to see who your real support system is. But one thing that I'm seeing here is that you might be really confused at first as to why this is happening to you, or why why you're dealing with this. But I think that you're going to be teaching this person some very, very, very important lessons, not only about collaborating, but also about how to work with other people. I think that you're going to learn that you have to stand your ground with this person, and you're going to show this person that no matter how kind you are, you're not one to be messed with. And it is going to test your resilience. But I think you're going to look at this person with more compassion when it's all said and done. I don't know if there's like a moment where you and them finally get on some type of level of understanding. But I do think that you're going to force this person to see things outside of their perspective, maybe by standing your ground, or by eventually just reaching your breaking point and, I don't want to say stooping to their level, but like giving them a taste of their own medicine and like showing them a bit of how they act. And I think it will be really interesting to them, and they'll kind of open their eyes a little bit, and you might realize how sensitive they actually are. Because truthfully, I think that you and this person have a lot of similarities, maybe in your upbringing, maybe in how you've been hurt in your life. But you and this person express it in completely different ways. Like this person is very like, stay out, stay away from me, aggressive, not afraid to throw jabs. And I feel like you're probably on the opposite end of the spectrum, where you try to be really kind with everyone. You try to be really patient with everyone because you know what it's like to be hurt and you don't want to give that to other people. But I think what's really important here is that this is also going to force you to look at the good things that you do have in your life. The abundance of love, the abundance of joy, the abundance of things in your life that are not this negative Nelly, to be perfectly honest. And I do think that this is going to test you a little bit. And please don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. But I do think that this person is actually the silver lining of this person when it's all said and done is going to show you how truly powerful you are, and that nobody can take away your shine. And in fact, you might actually have to compete with this person for some kind of higher level position for some of you, especially if this is a coworker. And I think it's going to show you how resilient you are. And like, I'm going to be honest, I do think you're going to turn out on top on this one, because the fact that we have the King of Wands and the Emperor take up space, I think you're gonna learn how to take control of situations and stand your ground. And I think that's something really important for you to learn. And you know, spiritual guidance doesn't always come in the form of like glitter and like peace and love. Like sometimes it comes in the form of tough love or rude awakenings. And I feel like this person is going to come in as a thorn in your side, but you're going to learn that this thorn actually has a pretty big rose attached to it. And maybe you'll find that underneath all of this, you can find a friend out of this, somebody who can give you clarity in ways that you didn't know. I think with this Seven of Cups, though, the biggest thing that you're going to learn is that everybody chooses how they react to things. And you're going to learn that you have to choose how you react to this person wisely. But what I'm hearing for some of you is that you and this person might actually become friends and might actually develop a closer bond, and you might understand this person in a much different light than anyone else does. And in fact, one thing that I'm hearing is that you'll kind of be able to put this person in their place when it's all said and done. And I think the biggest thing that you'll gain is mutual respect for one another. And actually, I can't believe the Spirit is showing me this, but they kind of wanted me to compare it to The Devil Wears Prada, like Anne Hathaway versus Emily Blunt. I can't remember. I think Anne Hathaway, her name is Andy, but I can't remember what Emily Blunt's character's name is. But like, yeah, like Emily Blunt's like a bitch to her. But obviously that's just because, like, first of all, they're both working for Miranda, and you know, that's not easy. And then like on top of it, they're competing for a very lucrative position. But guess what? If you're Anne Hathaway, you get to go to Paris. So, that's pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's why I get like a coworker-y vibe for this. But this could even be like if you're in school, for example, this could be somebody who you're competing for an assistantship with, or you're in an internship with, or something like that. I think that you're coming in to really help show this person that they need to be more calm and be more willing to collaborate. But I think overall, you have, here's what I will say. This doesn't sound like the best person to be coming in your life, but I think that this is it seems like it's almost necessary in a way. Like, this is somebody, while you may not have the greatest time with them, you will learn a lot from them. And I think when all is said and done, you may not be grateful for these lessons, but you may be grateful for what you've learned from them. And for some of you, you will become friends with them, and you will actually really appreciate their presence in your life. They will show you how to stand up for yourself, how to take up space, and how to not let your fears hold you back. But I do think for some of you, this is going to be like oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't have to be around that person anymore. And I think truthfully, it's just going to be different for all of you. But I feel like the reason Spirit brought you to this reading today is because they want you to understand that you're not like other people, and in the sense that you have a lot more compassion than most people do. And while that can be a blessing, it can be difficult as well. And I think what Spirit wants you to understand is that you both are unbalanced, and actually you two are attracting one another. And I guess it could be in a romantic context, but for the most of you, I don't feel like this is romantic at all. You are bringing each other into this, like, you're gonna bring each other into balance, whether you're really truly trying to or not. Because I think this is going to force you to, no offense, have more of a backbone, and it's going to force them to be more open and maybe stop being so hypercritical of people and so aggressive towards other people, because they're going to learn that first of all, like, not everyone is out to get them. And second, like, their words have damage. Their actions can create damage. And I think that overall, this is really going to teach you and them a lot. And I think that this is an excellent example of like a karmic partner, but I don't want to be like, oh, like a karmic, like, man, like, you're gonna take that and it's gonna suck. Like, I don't mean it like that, but I just mean it like somebody who comes into your life to genuinely teach you like something valuable, and them as well. It's kind of like you and their guides are kind of conspiring to bring you both together, and while you might not appreciate it or understand it at the time, the growth that will come from this will be really important for the both of you. And I really don't want you to be afraid, because I think once you meet this person, or maybe for some of you, you already know who this person is and you're like, well, I guess thanks for letting me know why this person is in my life, Spirit, because I definitely think that this is not, I don't think any of you would choose this situation, truth be told. And I think we have all known somebody like this in our life. And I think it's just important to know that this person is not coming in to punish you. You know, you and them are going to be really, you guys are going to be teaching each other a lot. And I think that Spirit really needs you to see the humanity in them, because not a lot of people do, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And of course you don't have to, it's not your job to see the humanity in them, but I do think Spirit wants you to understand that, you know, this person could teach you a lot too, and maybe your kind heart is what this person needs to understand, that they don't have to be so intense all the time. But like I said, that's not your job. Feel free to do what you want. And what Spirit is saying is that you really can treat this situation how you want, but you do have the opportunity to use this as a learning example. But let's go ahead and get some advice for you guys, because okay, like, no shade, like, you guys, I feel like if anybody needs this advice, it's y'all, because you're like, what? Like, if you don't know who this person is, you're like, why? No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So I think that this is very important, because this no is not talking about something specific unless it is speaking to you intuitively about something. I think that this is speaking to standing in your power and saying no. Like, this person might want to take advantage of your kindness and get you to like help them with things that are their job, or maybe trick you into doing things that you don't want to do. I don't even want to say trick, like, just convince you. Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to stand up to this person and say no. And maybe if you really want to, like, if they're really testing your patience and you just want to like go off on them, you might have to say, wait, no, just breathe, figure out what you want to say later. It's almost like Spirit, this is gonna force you to really be the bigger person. And I know people find that really frustrating, like, why should I have to be the bigger person? Why should I have to do all of this? But when it's all said and done, like, I used to have a lot of frustration with that, because I've had people like this in my life before, where I really haven't understood, like, why I had to deal with shit like this. Like, even today, I was telling my friends about somebody, like, who bullied the shit out of me when I was, like, 6, and just made me, like, hate the sport that I was doing at the time. And, you know, my mom was like, just be the bigger person. And you know, I'm like 6. So I'm like, why do I have to be the bigger person? Like, why can't I just bitch slap her? Which I never did that. And I never would do that, because that's not my character. But, like, I wanted to, you know. I just wanted to call her a stinky poop face. But I never did, because I didn't want to give her that satisfaction. You know what I mean? And so I feel like Spirit is saying, if you stoop to this person's level, it will give them a sort of satisfaction that they don't need. And it's almost like the way you can irritate them most is by being the bigger person, because it just makes them look bad. We also have Pleiades, which I might be saying that wrong, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So yeah, you guys definitely could be starseeds, empaths, like I was saying before. And I really think that you might actually show this person what kindness actually looks like. And I think that this person might really, I think that the lessons are a lot more for them than they are you. But Spirit's trying to get you to understand why this is a lesson for you too. But I think that you're going to teach this person a lot about kindness and a lot about being generous and turning the other way. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Exactly. So this person, one, Spirit is saying that you are protected, like they can't actually hurt you. But this is also going to teach you how to protect yourself, how to call back your power and stand in your power. With this Emperor, take up space. You might be the type of person who feels like, you know how, like, you might be the type of person to look at literally anybody and, like, be like, oh, they are a perfect special angel. They deserve everything in the world. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, except you stinky loser. And, like, you can't call yourself a stinky loser, pile 2. That's not nice. And also, you're not seeing your own power. You're not seeing your own worth. And I feel like the way that this person might act towards you might really help you understand, like, I don't deserve this shit. Like, man, like, and really stand in your own power and be willing to say, like, no, and being willing to, like, protect yourself and set boundaries with somebody when they're not treating you right. And, like, if this person really is not treating you right, like, setting your boundaries with them and, like, being, you know, very, like, I would say mature with them, but also firm with them, maybe is what they need to realize, like, how shitty they're acting, or the fact that they can't get to you. Like, they may not have to like you, but they will respect you. You know what I mean? And I think for you, it will give you a lot of respect for yourself, and you'll learn that, like, you know, not everybody's gonna like you. And I think the truth of the matter is that you didn't do anything wrong. Like, this person just has some shit going on in their own life, and it's not your fault. But unfortunately, difficult people are everywhere. We can't avoid them. Like, you know, there's always one difficult person in every situation, and, you know, you just can't avoid shit like that. But on the back of the deck, we have Unbound. And it says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So I do almost feel like there is a karmic connection here where you might have been involved with this person in past lives. Maybe in a way where in a past life they were your superior. Or I really do feel like this has some interesting karmic twist to it, where it's like you're rewriting the script this time. You're standing your power. You have the opportunity to give yourself justice where you may not have been able to in a past life because of power dynamics, because of power struggles, or something like that. But I think that actually this is kind of why this connection is unavoidable, because it has an important reason, and it's supposed to help you ascend and evolve. And I cut the deck and it says Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm. So not only do you have a lot of spiritual protection around you, this is kind of why I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really seem like you can avoid this. Like, it's kind of just gonna happen. Because this is meant to help both you and them, whether you realize it or not. And I also think with this, the crumbling, what are you clinging on to? This will help you see what habits and patterns of yours are no longer serving you, so that you can step into a more enlightened version of yourself. And I think the biggest thing that this is going to teach you is how to set boundaries. But we're going to get some more advice. And then we are going to see in the extended, if you actually want to purchase it, because I understand you're probably like, I don't want to know any more about this. But in the extended, we will get more advice, and we will see how you're going to meet this person. So that might give you a better idea, if you don't already know who this is, why they are coming into your life or how they're coming into your life. So at least you can prepare. But let's see, Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 2? Okay. Oh, okay. So Chameleon, Soul Tribe. It is safe to be seen. So yeah, this might be somebody that is involved with your soul tribe. I don't feel like this person is directly involved in your soul tribe, but maybe for some of you they are, because like I said, for some of you might actually become good friends with this person, but they might help you meet somebody who's a part of your soul tribe. Or Spirit might be saying, be blessed that you have people around you to help protect you around this. We also have Whale, Tenderness. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Yeah, I do feel like you are going to be one of the few people who is actually compassionate towards this person. And I think that's important, especially if they had as tough of a life as you did. Look at how similar this Pleiades card is and the Whale card. We also have Hair, Strength. Take time to make clear decisions. Bring awareness and light to the situation. Yeah, and this coming out on top of this choices, I think, is very important, because you might in the moment want to say things or do things that you'll end up regretting. I think this is going to really test your patience in important ways, where you're going to have to really step back and protect yourself and not make rash decisions that you may regret. Bear, you are the light. It is safe to step fully into your light. And I think what Spirit is saying is that this person is not able to see the light in ways that you can, and it is not a light in ways that you are. And so I think Spirit is really saying that's almost why it's important that you are the bigger person here, because this person may not have had the upbringing, the understandings, the abilities to see blessings in situations or even be grateful, because it does feel like their upbringing was really, really difficult. And on the back of the deck, we have Flamingo, Unity Heart. You are being called to work on collective healing. And I think this makes a lot of sense, because I think that you're going to have to understand that this person does have a heart too, even if it's really, really deep down. And you're going to kind of see how you have to treat them in ways that you want to be treated, even if they can't treat you that way. And I know you're probably like, what? But I think that there's a really important, this person is going to bring you a really important enlightened perspective. And it really does seem like this is going to be healing things from past lives, and also help you evolve in the sense that you're going to be so much more powerful after you experience this person. It's almost like after you face this person, nothing is going to be able to shake you. Like no other person can shake you. And one thing that I'm hearing as well is that you're going to be able to really understand, you're going to have a lot more compassion for people that act like this person, because you're going to kind of realize that there's usually an underlying reason as to why, and understand that there's something deeper to come from this. But pile 2, I'm going to leave this reading here. If you're interested in joining me in the extended, definitely do that. We're going to look at how you're going to meet them, and we're going to get lots and lots of advice for you so that you feel prepared. If not, if you're leaving me here, thank you so much for watching this all the way through. I know this probably wasn't the most fun reading, but it definitely feels very necessary and very important. If you enjoyed this reading, I understand if you didn't, you can definitely leave a like. If you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed. If you were already subscribed, check and make sure you still are. YouTube has been unsubscribing people. If you know who this person is, or you want to give support to other pile 2s, definitely comment down below. Thank you so much to everybody who has been watching my ads, by the way. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. So I just want to say thank you to those who are doing that. It helps me like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 3. If you guys chose this Bloodstone and the Weaver Tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is coming in to your life. So we're going to use the tarot to see what they're bringing, but we're going to use these oracles first to see who this person is and whether you know them or not. So the first card we have here is the Bridge. We also have Volcano, Weight of Truth. We have the Wolf, the Vulture, and the Dragon. We also have Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. We have Destruction, Journey, and the first chakra, Archangel Michael. Okay. So some of you might know who this is, but if you don't know who this is, when you come into your life, you will know who this is. Because the fact that we have the Bridge here really shows me that this is somebody that you do have a connection to. This could be a type of soul connection, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily romantic. It could just be a friend type connection. You know, soulmates don't have to be romantic. You can have plenty of them that are platonic, and everybody does have platonic soulmates. But what I'm seeing here, this person does have an interesting vibe, and I'm definitely curious. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I am very curious to see what they're actually bringing you, because this person does seem to have an important purpose into your life. I definitely feel like you and this person have differences that are pretty important. Like, you could be from different cultures, you could be, I guess, different genders, you could have very different perspectives on life, you could have very different viewpoints of the world. You could be like an ocean, a river, a lake apart, a pond apart. A pond would be pretty close. But with this journey card here, I definitely feel like this is somebody that could live in a different country. They could live just at a distance in general. And it does seem like there is a degree of separation between the two of you, whether it's a separation in how you two view things. For some of you, this could be a journey with a person that you already know and they're coming back into your life, and so maybe it's bridging that separation there. But for a lot of you, I get the vibe that this separation is more about a difference in perspective, or a difference in how you both approach life. And what's interesting is that this bridge card talks about how you need to build a bridge with love, and you need to build a bridge with, I think it was just love, but things can get weathered down, and if there's nothing solid supporting this bridge, then it can fall through. For some of you, I'm definitely getting the vibe that this is romantic, because the bridge is like all about love, but you can love friends, you can have compassion for friends. So this could definitely be like a friend type of love too, where you look at them from a very loving perspective. But with the weight of truth and volcano, I think that one of the most difficult things about this connection is that maybe you and this person, okay, why am I even pretending like this isn't? For a lot of you, it's definitely romantic. For some of you, this weight of truth could be about like maybe being honest about who you are, or being honest about things of yours that maybe you're not ready to talk about. But with this volcano and this weight of truth, it's almost like for a lot of you, you might already know who this person is. And maybe there is some honesty that needs to happen here. Whoever this is, what I find comforting is that they do have a stable energy. Actually, I like want to grab onto this bloodstone, because it's like, I think it's very fitting that their energy would fall into this, because the fact that we have the first chakra here, they do have a very stable and secure energy. They do seem to be a protective type person, and maybe the bridge that we're gapping here is maybe you're a very spiritual type person, and maybe they're a very down to earth, grounded, like straightforward person, and maybe you guys are bridging that gap, and through each other you're able to see different perspectives. Like maybe this person brings you down to earth and you kind of help lift them up. When it comes to how they are, I drew 3 different animal cards to see kind of like what their overall vibe is. So this wolf card represents their how they are to most people. So I do feel like this could be somebody who is they could be a parent of some kind. They certainly don't have to be, but they do have a very like protective guardian type vibe, especially with like Archangel Michael being here. It does seem like they could be more traditional, or they could have traditional views. It definitely seems like they could be like, for example, if they seem like to be like, they have a leader type energy. So they could be like the leader of their friend group. They could be like the oldest sibling, for example. They could be like, they have this very leader type energy. And for some, they could be a parent. They have earth and air energies coming here. So it definitely doesn't seem like this is the type of person to act out of passion. It kind of seems like this person tends to stick to very grounded and logical perspectives. They might have a hard time viewing things from other perspectives because they tend to find that theirs just works really well. Or maybe that's their perception that theirs works really well. With this Vulture card here, though, this is how they come across to you. So I do feel like they are misunderstood in your eyes for one reason or another. It could be like that maybe this misunderstanding comes from them having a wall up and maybe not letting you in. But for others, this talks about bringing purification. So I do feel like this person comes in to bridge a gap on your perception about certain types of people. Maybe people like this, like maybe you find, especially if this is kind of a more romantic type energy, maybe you find that you're not necessarily into people like this, or maybe you're not necessarily into connecting with people romantically at all. And maybe this person is there to bring change. But what I find really comforting about them is that their truest energy is being represented by the dragon, which represents the sacral chakra. And not the sacral, the solar plexus. Sorry, I said the wrong one. I meant the solar plexus. The solar plexus chakra is all about having a healthy self-esteem, being confident in yourself. It talks about your intelligence, how you assert yourself. And so I do think that this person is not going to be the type of person to lash out at you out of insecurity. They're not going to act really irrationally. And I do think because they have a healthy self-esteem, they're going to be open to seeing things from your point of view. But I also think that this person is coming in to destroy beliefs and perceptions that you might have about life, about love, about friendship, about the types of people that you believe you can connect with. I almost feel like this connection is going to test you in certain ways, where you're going to have to, instead of writing people off, see things from their perspective. And I think that's going to come from a place of love for you. Like, and I almost feel like you and this person could go through a really important journey together. Like maybe you move with this person. Maybe you meet this person while you're on a journey. We'll look at that in the extended. But I think that you will realize that through this person, like you're never alone. They make you feel supported. They make you feel secure. And one of the beautiful things about this loneliness card is that maybe you liked being isolated. Maybe you like being separate from others and being at a distance from others. And I think this person is going to make you realize that maybe I don't want to say you're not as strong as you think you are, but maybe there is value to bridging a gap between others and being open to what other people have to offer you. I almost feel like for a lot of you, maybe you need this energy of being brought back down to earth and seeing that there's value in change, and also value in tradition in some ways. And I think that that you will be just as good for this person as they will be for you, because I think that you're going to appreciate the small things with this person. You're going to appreciate how they make like life just seem less overwhelming. And I think that your feelings for them, so like I said, for a lot of you, this does feel like it will be more romantic with this volcano energy here. It's like you won't even be able to contain how you feel for this person. And I think for them, vice versa. And it might actually be overwhelming for them because they're not really the type of person to be honest about stuff like that. But I think overall, you and this person like really need each other in the sense that it's like for a lot of you, this has partner type energy. Like they could really be a good partner for you, somebody that you can trust, somebody that's not going to be insecure or petty or jealous. They're going to really want to lift you up. And I think one of the biggest things that you and this person are maybe going to have trouble with is that because you are different, you might do certain things and you and this person might take it in the wrong way. I think that's why this Vulture card is here. You might misunderstand where this person comes from. but it's going to force you both to look at things from a higher perspective. And that's why I like that there's kind of this owl energy in the destruction card. You're both going to gain wisdom from this connection, whether it's a friend connection or something more. But I think overall, this person is here to ground your perspective into reality, or for others to, or for this person to, you're coming there to kind of elevate their perspective and help them see from an even higher perspective, a more spiritual perspective. And I think that this person is really going to make you feel solid and secure. Like, this doesn't seem like somebody who's going to play games. They're going to be really honest about their intentions. They're going to be really upfront, because I feel like this is just the type of person who doesn't have time for games. But I do think what's going to be difficult is maybe you guys will have different love languages or just different ways of communicating if you're just friends, where you're going to have to see where the person is coming from. And you're also going to have to be willing to be honest with this person about your thoughts and your feelings, because this person's going to be that way for you. And you're going to know it's unfair to do anything less than what they're giving you as well. I definitely think there's going to be this healthy level of matching energy, but also being open to what each other has to offer, and the insights the other person has to have a more grounded but also spiritual and enlightened perspective on life, on love, on friendship, whatever it may be. This person is very important in terms of bridging a gap in your overall understanding of the world, your overall understanding of yourself. And this person is here to give you camaraderie and companionship, whether that's in a friendship way or a romantic way. So let's go ahead and see with the tarot what this person's going to bring you, so that I can get a better idea. Because for some of you, this definitely does feel like it has a more romantic vibe to it, but I know for a lot of you that may not be the case. So y'all might be taken, y'all might not be interested, that sort of thing. So this is the Weaver Tarot. I believe it is on Etsy, but I got it directly from their website. If you're curious, I think they have a couple different versions of this deck. So just give it a couple good shuffles, and then we will get going. I definitely like this person's energy. It doesn't feel very sporadic. Like, I feel like, I don't want to say with this person what you see is what you get, because that's not necessarily true. I just think that with this person, they're going to be honest with you. Like, they're not going to lie to you about what they think or what they feel. It might take them some time to be upfront about it, or they might need time to process things, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be intentionally like dishonest or anything like that. So Spirit, what is this person bringing into Pile 3's life? What is this bridge person? Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. We have the King of Swords upright. So right off the bat, we have Earth and air energy again. So this person could definitely be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, or a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. What else is this person bringing? Okay, we have the Hermit in reverse and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. On the back of the deck, we have Death in reverse. Okay, very interesting. So, Spirit, can you clarify King of Pentacles? Okay, we have the Seeker of Swords in reverse. So I think this is the Page of Swords. Okay. And now we have the Seeker of Coins. So this is the Page of Pentacles upright. Wow, okay. Why is the Brady Bunch song coming into my head? That could be significant for some of you. We have the Nine of Pentacles upright. Okay, we have the Conqueror of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. And on the back of the deck, we have the Empress upright. Okay. Okay. Well, what is this person bringing you? Well, I think one of the things that this person is bringing you is support. I think that this is very important for a lot of you because maybe in the past you've had people in your life that you felt like you could count on and that you could trust. And I feel like the rug has been ripped out from under you at times. And I feel like you're not necessarily in a hermit mode. This is Virgo-y energy here. We also have Scorpio energy with the Death card. And like I said, a lot of earth and a lot of air. But I feel like you're in a good place, pile 3, where you're just kind of comfortable. Like maybe you are more abundant. And I almost feel like you're ready for somebody that can balance the scales. And what I find really interesting here is that I feel like this person is really going to elevate your perspective on what is actually solid and what is fickle. That's interesting, Spirit. Well, I really like the fact that this person is represented. Well, I don't know if this pillar could honestly be you, because we have Empress energy here. But the fact that we have Death in reverse, it makes me feel like, sorry, I want to grab this again for some reason. It makes me feel like you guys have already been through, you, the viewer, I mean, this person could have too, but you've already gone through some type of transformation. You know your worth. You see your value, especially with this 9 of Pentacles and the Empress here. And I feel like you're ready for something, but maybe you've been looking for it in the wrong places, or maybe you've been writing this person off, or, you know, the fact that they are misunderstood, they're represented by that vulture in your eyes. They really are going to change your perspective on either friendship or love. And the interesting thing here is that we really don't have a lot of water energy. So I feel like this person is going to come in as probably just a friend first. And that might be what helps you and this person develop something more if this is a romantic relationship, or if it develops into a romantic relationship. But I feel like this person is coming in to take you out of this hermit mode, to take you out of this independent energy, because I feel like this independence on your end is probably born more out of pride than it is out of a desire to be that way. It's maybe just like you'd rather just prove to yourself that you're okay on your own, but I almost feel like you've needed someone to come in and allow you to have more of like a nurturing energy, to kind of shower you for some of you with gifts, which is interesting, or just treat you like the Empress or the Emperor that you truly are. I feel like maybe in the past you're used to people not reciprocating your energy, maybe, or being takers. Like maybe you're very giving and the people in your life just took from you. I feel like you're going to see the error in how you judged others through this person. Or maybe if this is somebody coming back, they're coming back with a transformed perspective and actually something solid. You might have viewed them as something solid before and they couldn't really provide you with much, and now it's like they may be coming back with clarity. They may be coming in to reset the balance for some of you. But for others, I get the vibe that this person is totally new. And in fact, they're here to enlighten your perspective and enlighten your beliefs on friendship or love, in the sense that you can have a promising new start with them or a promising new beginning with them. I really feel like with this Page of Pentacles being here, it's like you're going to be able to understand why things in the past didn't work out. You're going to see what a solid offer actually looks like. And I feel like this person is coming in with a solid offer, and it may just be a friendship. But I feel like the most important thing about this person is that they're not going to lie to you. Like, they're really not. Like, they're going to be very upfront and maybe a little blunt. But I think that honesty is important with you. Like, you need that sort of honesty in order to know that their intentions are good. And I think what's important here is that this person is going to be honest and follow through with what they say. and they are going to be a pillar for you. They do seem to be very protective, very nurturing. And I think that they are going to give you a lot more confidence in yourself. And I think that the fact that they have a lot of confidence, they have a healthy self-esteem, it will help you see how valuable you are and how much you deserve. And I think that you'll realize that you were worthy of so much more all along. It just maybe took you somebody like this to see that. But this person is definitely very intelligent, and they might be your intellectual match, and maybe that's something you've been looking for. I definitely think they're going to be pretty physically attractive, especially if this is somebody that you're into. You might know who I'm talking about, you might not. But overall, with this 9 of Pentacles here, like, this is definitely not somebody who doesn't have a pot to piss in. Like, they have their own, which there's nothing wrong with that. But, like, I think maybe for you, maybe you're used to being around people that just take from you. I just heard bleed you dry. And I think that Spirit wants you to understand. Okay, I just pulled this off the top of the deck, and this is the 8 of Cups. So for some of you, this could be somebody that, yeah, maybe this is somebody, you know, with the 8 of Cups in reverse. But I will say, take that as it resonates. You will know if that's for you. But I definitely think that this person is going to come in when your boundaries are healthy, when you are in a good place. And, like, this person is going to be... I almost feel like I don't want to ruin anything for you guys. Like, ruin the surprise or anything. Because, like, I don't know, they could be coming in an interesting way. We'll definitely look at that when we go into the extended. But I think, like, what Spirit wants you to know about this is that the scales will be even this time. And if you feel like they're not, this person, you will have the freedom to say so. You'll have the freedom to voice your expectations, to voice your needs. And they're not only going to hear you, they're going to respect those and try their best to uphold them. They're not going to be an insecure type of person who plays games, who, and maybe for some of you this person did in the past, and maybe that's why they've needed, maybe that's why for some of you there's been some type of separation. But like I said, this could definitely be somebody new. But maybe you need somebody who's kind of on your level, who matches you in certain ways, but also is different in ways that are important to help you grow and kind of get out of your rut. For some of you, like, you may just be used to living life a certain way, and this person's going to kind of take you out of that. It's really interesting. But I definitely think the most important thing here is that you and them are kind of coming out of a cycle of transformation, and they're going to come in with something solid for you. Like, maybe it is maybe it's a date. With the Page of Pentacles here, it's not something grandiose, but it is something solid. So maybe it's, you know, hanging out, just seeing what's up, asking you on a date if it's a more romantic thing, giving you some type of small gift like flowers or a necklace. I heard crystal for some of you. I definitely think that they're going to be good with their words, but the biggest thing is that they're going to be patient and they're going to be honest. And for some of you, I'm hearing that they might be very humble. They may not have a lot to their name, but what they do have, they're willing to share with you. And they're a really respectable person. This is truly somebody who has a good heart. They're honest. They have a moral code. They have integrity. And I really think that this is somebody that you can count on to support you, to respect you. And once you have, like, a solid relationship with them, you can truly rely on them and trust them. But we are going to get some advice for you now and see what Spirit wants you to know, what advice they have for you. So Spirit, what advice do you have for pile 3 when it comes to this person? What do you want them to know? Okay, so for some of you, this answer the call could be very literal. Like, what is your soul calling you to do? But this person might literally call you for some of you. But maybe you might meet this person when your soul is calling you to do something. We also have leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So maybe, yeah, like for some of you, you might have to go on a journey of some kind. We also have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Yeah, this person does seem to be part of your divine plan. So for a lot of you, this is something more romantic, or this is like a friend that is like a soulmate type of friend that's there for you to be able to count on them. I'm hearing the song Alone. Ava Max sings it, but it's by somebody else. It's like called like Alone Part 2 or something. I can't remember who like the DJ is, but I know Ava Max is the one that sings it. Okay, yeah. On the back of the deck we have Soul Family. Call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. So yeah, this is definitely somebody part of your soul family, which makes sense as to why there's that type of connection. And I think that spirit is saying like this person is really here not only to help you like accept who you are, but it's almost just by being yourself and following what your soul wants to do. Like that's how you're gonna meet this person, or that's how this person is gonna come back into your life. Like I said, we can look at that more later or in the extended. So spirit, what other advice do you have for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? I would also pay attention to these animals because they might have significance. They might be a sign. So let's see here. Okay, we have Panther, protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. So I definitely think this is further of that protective energy. I do feel like this person will be protective of you, but this may be a sign, like if there's maybe people in your life who drain you, who play games with you, who you feel like you can't trust. This might be Spirit's way of saying, hey, maybe they are not the right person for you at this time, or maybe they're not worth your time and energy. We also have Llama, soul growth. Growth is never easy. Have faith and trust in the journey. I also heard save the drama for your llama. So I definitely feel like this person is a part of your soul family in the sense that they can only come in when your soul has grown enough to be in alignment with them, but also, or maybe like to come in alignment with them if you already know who they are. It's like you both have to evolve. But I definitely think Spirit is saying that this person is going to be important for your growth and to trust that this person is coming in. We also have the Flamingo, Unity Heart. You're being called to work on collective healing. Yeah. So I definitely think that you and this person, like with that loneliness card being there, it's almost like you will learn that you were never alone to begin with. Like you and this person might be very different, but your heart speed is one, is like what I'm hearing. Like, and that's really pretty. I don't know why I'm thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh has any significance to you guys, but Yu-Gi-Oh is coming in really strong for me for some reason. We also have Bear, you are the light. It is safe to step fully into your light. That's really interesting because 2 of those cards came out for the last pile. But on the back of the deck, I love this. We have trust. Approach the situation with a light heart. And I think that that is just further evidence that you will be able to trust this person, that you are enlightened enough for this person to come in. Trust the guidance of your soul. It will not lead you astray. And I just cut the deck and we got the wolf again. And it says heart medicine, let go of that which does not serve your highest good. And I think that by letting go of what doesn't serve your highest good, it will help this person come in. So pile 3, if you want to know more, feel free to join me over in the extended. We're going to look at how you're going to meet them, or for some of you, how they're coming back in. We are also going to get some more advice, see what you need to surrender, and like kind of what you can expect in the near future. But if you're leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching this all the way through. And thank you so much to everybody who watches my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me and exchange energy with me. So I just want to say thank you so much. If you get those shitty soulmate ads, don't click on them. They're lying, they're fake. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them. I'm sorry. If this resonates, if you already know who this is, definitely comment down below. If you want to give some support to other pile 3s, please feel free to do that. If you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you left a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribed and joined our little fam. Also, if you already subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube has been unsubscribing people, so just make sure you're still subscribed if you already were and you want to be. But I think I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, Pile 4. If you guys chose the Peach Moonstone and the Queen Alice Tarot, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to use the tarot to see what this person is bringing you. But first we have to see who they are. So we're going to use the oracles to do that. So to start, we have the King, which I found so ironic because since you picked the Queen Alice Tarot. But we also have the Lonely Journey of the Priestess. We also have Visions, the Bee, the Eagle, and the Cobra. We also have Indecision. We have a woman holding a coin. We have Transmute. And Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So this is a really powerful person. No matter what gender they are, they definitely have a masculine energy. And I definitely feel like if this person identifies as a female or as a woman, they have a very like intense energy and maybe are used to being pretty independent. I honestly think this energy is really badass. But this is definitely somebody who rides solo a lot or just doesn't have a lot of people that truly understand them. With the King energy here, this is somebody, especially, and also with the woman holding a coin, this is somebody who is probably on the top of their game, whether that is in their career. It's most likely in their career. They're probably very high up in their career, or like, for example, they could do like social media. They could have a decent following. They could be an artist of some kind, or they could have like an aristocratic background of some kind. They could have a very well-known family. Like, for example, this woman holding a coin could be like a parent, a grandparent, a guardian of some type, where maybe they come from wealth. Maybe they've acquired that themselves. But this definitely doesn't have a vibe of like, oh, like spoil, blah, like Veruca Salt-ish. You know what I mean? This is a hard worker and somebody who has definitely been through a lot in their life, no matter how old they are. In fact, one thing that I'm seeing here with this Visions card is that they are a big dreamer. They have lots of dreams and they're not necessarily afraid to put them in reality, but it does seem like they have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations to get there. They have a lot of air and fire energy to them. So that would be Libra, Gemini, Aries. Aries is a fire sign, Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Excuse me. But see, isn't that funny how Aries is a fire sign and Aquarius is an air sign? Because you would think Aquarius would be water, Aries would be fire, but no, that's not the case. It differs from your expectations, those names do, and I think that's very fitting for this person because I think that a lot of people write this person off or really underestimate this person. So we have 3 different animal cards here. The first one represents how they come across to just people in their everyday life, how their acquaintances view them, how people that don't really know them very well know them. Then we have how you know them, which I can't wait to get into that, or how they'll be around you if you don't know them yet, and their truest self. So this person puts on a facade. I don't want to say a facade, but their natural energy is pretty humble. I've even hearing like the Kendrick Lamar song, but okay, this person, I'm just gonna be honest, has total like Libra rising energy to me. Or Virgo rising, which is interesting because there isn't much earth here, but they do seem to be pretty down to earth. It's just that with this Indecision card, this does seem to be the type of person who's very like go with the flow. Like they don't seem to be very intense. Like they just kind of go with whatever other people want, unless it has something to directly do with them. But also this Indecision kind of contributes to their topsy-turvy journey. Like they might be so relaxed, or just, I don't even want to say relaxed. They might just be so open to different possibilities that people kind of come in and maybe redirect their path, or kind of like come in and it's kind of like they just go with the flows of life. But it's not like they are weak-willed, because they're definitely not. And actually, I think you're going to underestimate this person when they come in, unless you already know them. And then you would realize, you'd probably be like, yeah, I did underestimate them. Because this person knows their worth. And actually, it kind of seems like with the position that they're in, they have to ride a fine line, because it seems like what they do out of the goodness of their heart. Maybe they have accumulated their wealth out of some type of benevolence or generous career. Like maybe they do things with psychology, I'm hearing. Maybe it kind of seems like whatever they do, it's out of I said her, I wanted to say serving or helping people, and I just had like a brain fart there. That was so cruel of me. But anyway, they are a life-changing energy to be around. And I almost feel like for a lot of people, they are the one that got away. Like, I'm not saying that this person is really awesome, but I'm saying this person is really awesome. And if you haven't met them yet, you may not realize who they are at first, or you might take them for granted at first, or you may not see them for who they really are at first. Let's start with this B card, because it really goes to show that this person is very hardworking. They are pretty humble. They are happy to be of service to others, like I said. I definitely feel like the reason why this person has accumulated the type of wealth that they have is because of how hard they work. I don't think that this just came easy. They might have had people there to help them, but I don't think that the wealth that is directly theirs came from handouts. I think that this person earned it themselves. They might, in fact, if they do come from a place of affluence, they might actually have a complex about accepting handouts from people, or accepting anything from people, because they want to prove themselves. They want to show people that they don't need handouts in order to be successful. And so I feel like with this B card, they definitely try not to come off as arrogant. They maybe you're the type of person to be more quiet, or just kind of insert themselves in a conversation when they're invited to, or when they feel called to, but they're not dominating the room. You know what I mean? In fact, I feel like with this Visions card, this person might be, ironically, one thing Spirit told me is that they might actually have bad eyesight, but they have a very strong third eye. It kind of seems like they're kind of always in their head, and maybe that's why they have this lonely priestess journey, because I think there's very few people that truly understand them, that truly get them. But I think that they're really fun to be around. Like, when they are around people, they try their best to be positive and happy, even if like they're not in the best mood. I think that's just because, you know, this person doesn't want to come off as like a Debbie Downer or anything like that. I think that they might actually be a real jokester. And I don't know why. I don't know if you guys remember the Vine of that guy going, "Why the fuck you lying?" And I don't feel like this person is a liar. I just feel like they might have like a lot of, I guess, Vine references, or they might just have jokes on jokes. Like, they're pretty funny. But let's talk about this Ego card. Because they are significant to you. So you either know exactly who this is, or you have no idea who this is. And I'm just going to be honest about that, because once you meet this person, oof, like, I almost like have chills. It's interesting because this Transmute card talks about Moldavite, which is on my ring here. I also have another piece of it right here. It is this very old tektite, which is like a glass, and it was made around 15 million years ago. And scientists are not really sure like how exactly it came here. They have theories, but they believe it is from space. So this person could be a bit out there. They could be a starseed of some kind. Maybe you are too. Or maybe this person is like, maybe they don't come off as somebody really out there, but they have really out there ideas. They might be maybe very interested in space travel, for example. But this person is going to transform your world. So this could be a friend, but I feel like if this is a friend, this is going to be like a best friend, like total bestie energy, or somebody that you are in a relationship with, because they do seem like somebody truthfully worth bagging and somebody very, very important to you. The fact that we have the eagle here, one, obviously the eagle makes me think of freedom. So I do feel like they're going to free you in certain ways, maybe free you from expectations, free you from the dating pool, free you from limiting perceptions, but also this person is going to transform your life in a way. They kind of come in to shake things up, to transmute your karma, to, and then they could be good karma. For some of you, you might, I don't want to say you might, there might be like, there might be a difficult journey with you and this person. Only because I kind of get the vibe that maybe both of you are very like proud people or are very like independent. And so you might not be used to somebody having an impact like this. Like you, and I feel like you'll come towards this person expecting a B, and then you get an eagle and you're like, whoa, like where did this come from? Like this person is not only spiritually strong, but I feel like they're very mentally strong, especially with this air energy here. Like they are very, very intelligent, and I think that's partially why they have that bag, and maybe also why they can be so indecisive, because they like to look at things from all perspectives. I feel like they do spend a lot of time in their head, but they really do try to ground it in reality so that they can, you know, keep supporting themselves. But their truest self is being shown by the cobra. And I think that this is really important because, one, this shows how committed this person is to transformation. You know, snakes shed their skin, and I don't think that this person is a snake. I do not think they are one to cross, so I would be careful. Actually, I would say that they're not one to cross, not because they're gonna like mess your life up, but because you might just not feel good about that afterwards. Like with this forgiveness card, this is not somebody who holds on to resentments. They're not somebody who gets even or gets revenge. They may not let you back into their life, but at the very least, they're gonna not let what people do to them slow them down or hold them back. This person is kind of a teacher for others. They could be a literal teacher. They could be a I feel like this is the type of person who just comes in and teaches people a lot of lessons, but for them that can be very isolating with this lonely journey of the priestess, because I think that this person is dedicated to their mental and spiritual growth, but it's hard to find people on their level. So either you're probably on their level, which is already pretty impressive, so you should be like impressed with yourself. Or I feel like this person is going to come in and teach you some really valuable lessons. So for some of you, this isn't a romantic counterpart. This could be a mentor of some kind. Or I heard like guardian angel, like in the sense that like maybe they protect you in certain ways, or they fund you or fund your ideas. For some of you, like maybe this is an entrepreneur or someone interested in investing in your own ideas. But for some of you, this is definitely a romantic counterpart and somebody who will be patient. It's almost like for some of you, this person is waiting for you. They may not realize it's you yet, but it's like they're waiting for you to come into their life. Like they've been waiting for somebody like you to come in, who's on their level and who gets them. I feel like they try really hard to find stillness. This is definitely somebody who does have some type of self-care regimen in terms of like meditation or journaling. They're really committed to their own understanding. They're committed to their growth. They're committed to evolving. And they do seem to be pretty balanced. Of course, they may not be perfect, but I feel like the impact that this person will have on your life will be transformational and no joke. So if they come in, they have a very big purpose in your life, and you either know, like I said, exactly who they are or no idea because you haven't met them yet. So, and I think that's important, especially if maybe this is somebody that you had disagreements with in the past, or maybe had a falling out. Like maybe some of you need to know that this person doesn't hold resentment against you. That's going to be very specific for some of you and not for a lot of you, but I think it's important for some of you to know, if you're worried about what this person might think of you, you know, maybe they're neutral towards you because of that reason, but I do feel like this is not the type of person to harbor resentment. And I feel like that's really important, because this person, despite their status or what they've achieved, they have to work really hard to keep their ego in check, because I think it would be easy for them to let their ego go to their head. And I think that's why their spirituality is so important, and why maybe they've had so many difficulties in their life, because it's almost like they do need to be humbled in certain ways to stay grounded, to stay down to earth, to not be an egotistical butthole, truthfully. And I think that's maybe one of their fears, is that they don't want to turn into somebody like that. But this is a very impressive person, hiding behind a very mundane facade. And maybe they're like physically attractive and stuff like that, but I think that a lot of people really underestimate them. And I think that this is a type of transformational person where when you meet this type of person, you are not the same. They are very cool. Why am I hearing, what's that song? Goblins, Martians versus Goblins. I think it's by The Game. I could be wrong though. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. But I'm hearing like, bitch, I'm a motherfucking Martian. I'm a goddamn goblin. Okay, yeah, I need to stop swearing so I don't get demonetized. But yeah, I'm hearing that song. But we are going to see what they're bringing you now. I'm very intrigued, because it seems like they've got good things to bring, no matter what. Maybe not. I could be wrong. It just doesn't seem like they have the time on their hands to bring you bullshit. So I would hope that they've got something good for you. But we're gonna give this a couple good shuffles. I'm sure some of you already know who this is, because you're like, yep, it would be hard to miss. Or somebody else is coming in as equally as impressive, which in that case, damn, like, how many cool people do you know? But yeah, I would say, like, yeah, this person is pretty rad. Okay. So Spirit, what is this person bringing for pile 4? Okay, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. What is this person bringing? We have the Ace of Swords upright. Okay, I want to take this and I want to take this, but I want to know what way it wants to. Okay. Okay, we have the Magician in reverse. We have the Nine of Swords upright. Feel called to pull one more, okay? We have the Four of Swords in reverse. And we have the Six of Wands upright. We have the Lovers underneath that, which is interesting, but it's not coming out. So let's see, Spirit, what else? Okay. Never mind. I am a liar. Okay, and we have the Tower. Wow, okay. Yeah, like I said, if you know this person, you cannot miss them. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So you very well might, like, you might be like, this sounds like me. Or you might be like, yeah, you two might be counterparts in a lot of ways. We have the Eight of Wands upright. We have the Devil in reverse. And on the back of the deck, we have the Six of Swords in reverse, and underneath that, the World in reverse. Okay, yeah, so like I said, if you know this person, it would be hard to recognize. You know what I'm going to say here. I'm just going to be honest. But if you don't know this person, this is 100% a counterpart of yours. In fact, I find it interesting that we had the woman holding the coin. Now we have the King of Pentacles here. So maybe for some of you, you might identify as a more masculine type energy, might be that King of Pentacles, or maybe vice versa. But what I'm seeing here is that this person is a counterpart with the Lover's energy here. They do seem to have just an unmatched energy. And I think that there might be a lot of fear surrounding this person or this situation because it is so intense. Like their vibe is intense, and it's almost like as I'm channeling them, they want me to know how I just heard I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me, which is another vine. So they might be well versed in vines. But it's almost like this person, if you haven't been able to forget them, it's because they haven't been able to forget you either. Let's just say that. But if you don't know them yet, when you meet them, you will know. And it's almost like the clarity that this brings you will be earth-shattering, either in a positive way or in an unsettling way. Because the fact that we have the Ace of Swords clarified by the Tower, it does seem like by this person coming in, it is slashing or getting rid of the previous foundations. And I guess my dryer is chiming in as well. With the Magician in reverse clarified by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel like this person is coming in either to match your energy or to... Because for a lot of you, I do feel like you have a similar energy. So congrats, you both are impressive. I also think it's interesting we have 2 6s on top of each other. Anyway, with this Magician card in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you both are very independent people. You both are used to cultivating success on your own. And I think what Spirit is saying is that this person is coming in, even if they're not a romantic counterpart, they are somebody that's coming in to help you realize that you don't have to do everything alone. Because I think you are used to doing everything alone. And I do think that... maybe this person is coming in to bring you clarity about why certain things in your life had to be removed, about why certain Tower moments in your life had to happen. Maybe you had to make room for this person. But I also think this person is going to help you get out of your head. They're also going to motivate you to move forward, to take action towards the things that you truly want. And I just started... I'm like, okay, Spirit, I don't know about that. I heard don't think, just buy. So maybe this person, they might really love shopping trips or something like that. But I don't think it's really about that. I think it's more that this person wants to help you get out of your own head and realize that you're so much more than your thoughts and that you have so much more power. So even if you don't feel like you're on this person's level, I do feel like this person could help you stand in your own power, because I think if this person is even going to give you the time of day, they must see something of value within you, because as you saw, they were represented as that lonely journey of the priestess. So I do feel like this is the type of person who doesn't typically need other people. Maybe they don't like to need other people. Maybe that makes them really uncomfortable. And so maybe that's the same vibe for you. So it might be an energy where you and them are maybe letting go of your fears and allowing yourselves to be open to one another, because I do feel like you're really passionate with each other. And I do feel like if this is somebody you already know, you've been spending time apart, not only healing, but overcoming the things that hold you both back. With the Devil in reverse here, with the Four of Swords in reverse, I do feel like there were very necessary things for both of you to heal. So if this is a new person, then just know that their journey hasn't been easy either. And that as you heal, they heal as well. And whether you believe that or not, I think it's just important to know that it's like when you two come together or come back together, you'll be at the same place in life. This person is here to help you emerge victorious and to be more confident in yourself. And I also think for some of you with the World in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse, this person, if you know them, has not moved on from you or the situation. Maybe they're coming in for closure to make you feel, to prop you up, to lift you up. But I think with the Lovers here, like, oh, that's kind of cute. If you've ever seen The Simpsons, there's this specific episode where Ralph makes this Valentine, or no, I don't know if Ralph, okay, there's this Valentine's episode, and I can't remember who does it. Maybe it's Lisa. I can't remember. Somebody makes a Valentine that says, I choose you. And I got that vibe from looking at this card. And what I think is really beautiful is that there's a butterfly here. And I do feel like there's a level of transformation required in order for this to come in. But I think with the Magician in reverse here, this situation, this person is supposed to help you relinquish the need to control how this happens, to kind of let go and let God, if you will. Kind of just trust that this person is coming in the way that they need to. But with the World card being here, it's almost like they're coming in to help you finish a cycle of some kind. And Spirit really wants you to finish this cycle victorious. And so this could be, you know, closing out a cycle of being single, closing out a cycle of being unsuccessful in business, closing out a cycle in feeling alone. But no matter what, I feel like this person is here to help prop you up, make you feel more confident in yourself, and help you move forward in life feeling less alone. I feel like there's a lot of fears that have been plaguing you, and this person is coming in to show you that some of that is just in your head, and in fact, you don't deserve to be so hard on yourself. I do feel like this person will be a solid counterpart for you, where, you know, maybe in the past, they didn't choose you or you didn't choose them, or if you don't know them at all, maybe you've never just been open to choosing anybody or allowing anyone to kind of enter your life or vice versa. But I do feel like this is kind of just something that you can't run from, that you can't hide from. It's just gonna happen is like kind of what I'm hearing. But it's very, but this person is very important for your evolution and very important for your growth. And I think the most important thing that Spirit wants you to know here is that you will be successful in this situation. And maybe it's because of this person's encouragement. Maybe it's because of their support. For some of you, especially if this is business related, it could be financial support that is really needed in order to get you to the next level if this is like a business or something. But with the Lovers here, it does seem like you guys are counterparts, and the foundation that you're destroying is one where maybe you both can create a new one together. But I think for all of you, like if you're already with somebody, for an example, like I said, this might be a friend who's here to help you be successful, somebody who's there to match your energy. But I feel like the best thing that they will be able to help you do is, I think you two will be able to help one another overcome a lot of demons, overcome a lot of things that really maybe you both struggled with, or maybe you both have a hard time dealing with. Because this person is so mental as well, I do feel like maybe you could help one another talk yourselves out of mind holes, or like, I feel like this person would be a good counterpart in terms of helping you talk through things. I think that you both will have a good intellectual connection and a lot of good rapport. So let's go ahead and see what advice Spirit has for you and kind of what they want you to know about this situation. So pile 4, Spirit, what do you want them to know about this person or this situation? So we have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So maybe taking the lead in this situation, taking the lead in your life will help you meet this person. Like I said, we'll look at that in the extended. But we also have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. So I do feel like this is a lot about self-care, a lot about believing in yourself, a lot about focusing on your own inner development. But also, I think there's something here about your mutual friends. They might be able to help set this up. Like maybe if you have mutual friends, or you might meet this person through mutual friends. But once again, we have that teacher energy. And I also think there's a need for you to take the lead in your own life. We also have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And we have Pleiades again, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. And on the back of the deck, we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeing the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So for some of you, this is someone who is destined to come in your life. But I do feel like I said, this person did give me a star-seedy type energy. So you both could be star seeds. You could be from the same soul family. You could both be just cosmic. Maybe that's why you're so impressive. The both of you are, maybe because you are just so enlightened. You're already coming from a perspective that is very out there. But I feel like Spirit wants you to have fun and not worry about this situation, especially if you know who this is, because I think worrying about the situation is actually what's holding it back. But I feel like Spirit's saying you really don't have to worry, because you're creating the foundations for this to come in right now. And I feel like Spirit is also saying that you don't have to punish yourself, whatever that means. But you may have to take the lead in your healing, or the lead in the situation, in order to help it come through. That may not be for all of you. Obviously, follow your own internal guidance first, but Spirit wants you to be aware of that. But what else? What other advice do you have for pile 4, please, Spirit? Okay, we have the Kangaroo. Courage. You are being tested. Have faith and stand in your truth. So yeah, Spirit's really asking you to be courageous here. We also have Squirrel. Spiritual maintenance. Be your own caretaker. So yeah, it's almost like you need to step up and take the lead in your own spiritual healing, and in your own healing in your path in general. And that's kind of what will, I don't want to say necessarily help this come in, but I think that, you know, this person isn't going to, like, you know, could you use less of a gross? Spirit just said wipe your ass, but like that's kind of gross. Like, and I don't think that's what this person is doing, but I do feel like this person, while they might be nurturing and caring, they may not be able to be there for you all the time. And so I think that Spirit is asking you to take control of your own healing, of your own guidance, and of your own path. And that's kind of how you'll be able to align with this person. But also that it's important to focus on taking care of yourself and all of that. So you're not, you know, not that you'll want to rely on anyone else, but maybe to focus on your own needs if you focus on others. We also have Leafcutter Ant, Army of Life. Ask for help, seek support. You are not alone. So yeah, I definitely think it would be okay to reach out for help if you need it, from friends, from family, from this person. Maybe if you know them, they might be, as I say that, I'm like, they're not going to help you, but you can reach out to them for help if you want. I think it's all about like picking and choosing how you go about this. But I also think Spirit wants you to focus on your friends and the people that do care about you, because they are here to help you, and maybe they could, like with the Sisterhood of the Rose, help set something up, for example. We also have Starfish, Intuition. Listen to your soul's truth. Think less, feel more. And I feel like that's really, really, really important. Think less, feel more. Because with this 8 of Wands, I think it's more about listening to your passion and your own internal guidance rather than what your fears tell you. And on the back of the deck, we have the Snake again. Kundalini rising, channel your creative exactly what I was saying. Creative passion and sensuality. Welcome the transformation. Yeah. So I think that you are just as much on a transformation as this person is. And I think that by focusing on that, focusing on what you need to do, not being afraid to ask for help, not being afraid to ask for support, and focusing on your own transformation, it's kind of helping you align with this situation naturally. But if you are interested, we're going to see how you're going to meet this person or re-enter their life in the extended. But if you are staying here, leaving me here at pile 4, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way through, and thank you so much to everybody who watches my ads. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me, and I just want to say thank you to all of those who do. If you see those dumb weird soulmate ads, they're bullshit. Don't listen to them. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them, but I'm not very tech savvy, so be patient with me on that. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you left a like. If you haven't already and you would like to, I would love it if you subscribed and joined our ever-growing fam. If you are already subscribed, make sure you still are, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people. If you know who this is, definitely comment down below. Give me the tea. If you don't know who this is, let me know how this resonates. I would love to hear. Thank you guys so much for being here, for joining me, and for watching this and letting me read your cards. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!